how does Kinger eat? Because we know that, like, they don't have to eat, but, like, they can. So when Kinger does eat, is it like a Wall-E situation where he kind of just, like, eats through his eyes, or, like, something else? For how Zooble eats, I kind of have, like, two ideas. One of them is obviously the, like, eating through the eyes, like I said, for Kinger. The other one is more interesting. You see this little thing on her body? Yeah. So what happens is that she takes this part off, and when there's food around, she kind of just, like, puts it through. But the more interesting part is that it doesn't just work with food. You see, it can work with everything. Pomni plush, gone. Bad vibes, gone. Good vibes, gone. Jax, gone. This video, gone. With Caine, it's less of a problem of how the food is going to go in, and more of a problem of how it's going to go into his body, because obviously his head is just a jaw. So obviously our first step is to take out the eyes, because they're in the way no matter what. You just gotta take them out. The second step is to put the food in. Now obviously we run into a problem. There's no backing to his jaw, so what do? Add another Caine behind him to catch the food. Now that Caine also doesn't have a backing, so what do? Add another Caine. At this point, after a while, you just have a human centipede type formation with a bunch of Caines. Now that being said, you get to the final Caine after he's all tired of all this, and by the end, Bubble just eats the food.
I ate your parents. They were delicious.
How Jax eats is not that difficult to figure out just because we see his mouth open at one point. It's just when he is being strangled. So we can use that to figure out how he eats. Step 1. Take him by the neck and strangle him. This will open his mouth. Step 2. Shove the food in there. It's better if you shove the food in there, as deep as it can go. Step 3. Watch him choke. Step 4. Watch him die. This video was brought to you by the Gangle Protection Society. Protect your child from twinks like Jax. The way Gangle eats is that there's just a black hole within the mask that she uses to suck up the food. This black hole leads directly to a random Chili's that exists within the real world. Yes, Pomni was looking in the wrong places. She just had to look for Gangle, because Gangle leads directly to Chili's. So I've gotten a good amount of comments on these, like, how the characters eat videos, where it's like, Gooseworks has said this is how they would actually eat. And well, like, I don't mind these comments to give my video engagement and stuff. You guys are chill. None of you have been really hostile about it. I just want to say that if I followed Gooseworks to a T on what they said, every video would be like this. Okay, so asking how Pomni eats feels weird, because she's one of the two characters with a regular mouth, the other being Ragatha. That being said, there is one way that she could eat that's not, like, very obvious, and it's if she's the one eating through her eyes. However, I can't just say that she stares at the food and it goes bye-bye. No, I think it might be something else. How Kaufmo eats while being abstracted is very interesting, because he doesn't eat, because he doesn't get fed in the cellar. Caine does not feed them. To answer your question of how the exit door eats, it does not. It is a door. It cannot eat. Pomni X exit door for life! You know, all the food that Bubble digests goes to a mystical land. It's a land that none of us know. It's a mystical land called Chili's. And all the food that Bubble digests goes into a kitchen in a random Chili's. And that's how the food is made in Chili's. Ragatha has a mouth, so it's very easy to know how she eats. She sacrifices the food to Babble. I mean Bubble. Who is Babble? Nobody mentioned how busty, how much chest he has in this video, so I'm here to say that I am a Caine simp. I simp for the pair of dentures. You see this, I see this. He's hot. Please someone commission me to make Caine art, because I do not have the excuse to make it. Besides these doodles, I am feral for a pair of dentures! I've been doing the Ian series for a little bit on my page. I'm ending it. It has run its course, I'm pretty sure. Looking at the views, it's run its course. So, I'm just gonna do a speed round going through a bunch of characters and a bunch of things. How does the glowing see? You know how the Pixar lamp bounces on the eye? That's how they eat. How does normal Kaufmo eat? Through his eyes. How does the moon eat? It doesn't eat, it's the moon. How does the escalator eat? It doesn't eat, it's the escalator. How does the floor eat? It doesn't eat, it's a floor. How do the mannequins eat? They eat, but only while on a date with Caine. Some of you said I was crazy for drawing Caine super buff. He lives! Denture Daddy lives! Look! Yeah! You say no more, I say yes more. It's no longer how does Caine eat, it's how Denture Daddy eats. And how he eats is... I'm not really sure, I didn't think this far. He eats through his pecs. He eats with his chest. I don't... just take that as you will. Maybe I should have thought this more through.